What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Fina Entertainment News. So, Married to Medicine, it was the same old, it was well, when I say same old, I mean well balanced. You know, you had your hot moment, but then you had your moment that just really blessed and touched your heart. And then you had your funny moment, and then you had your learning, experience moment. So let's start with, the opening. Dr. Contessa, I am just going to keep her lifted in my prayers. She and her family, they're just going through so much, especially with her making that huge decision to go, through surgery and all of that, because she had to sit there and witness her mother suffer, and to also think that her mother suffer with cancer, and then now her dad could possibly his life could end due to cancer as well. It's just so sad, but you know what, I'm glad that she's cherishing every moment with her dad right now, and they can laugh together and just talk about things, just because tomorrow is not promised. Dr. Contessa, she have her son, her daughter, so far we have not seen any type of scandal coming out of that household as far as their marriage goes. So far, she have a great life, and I'm just praying that in the health department that everything work out, for her family and her dad and all of that. It's hard to move on from that to this mess right here, but Mariah and Dr. Heavenly, Mariah is one of the executive producers of the show. So I don't know if she's just dragging her foot, or she just feel like, what, it's not important right now. Maybe she's going to pull out those receipts at the reunion. Or maybe she's going to say, you know what? Let America call me a liar. I will much rather go down that way than to be, the contributor to a marriage falling apart. Heavenly says she's not going anywhere if it's just a one-time thing. So, Mariah, go ahead and get these receipts together so Heavenly can go ahead and hush up, okay? But, through all of their drama, when Mariah said that Heavenly needs to pressure wash her house, mess around and get everyone contaminated, I was like, what the hell? Her reads, man. This is what I be talking about. You see, people like Mariah or the Kenya Moore, okay, you really have to go low and go there for them to go there. Like, you really have to. But for the most part, their shades and reads are just funny. It might cut you a little, but not that deep. Pressure wash your house, us getting contaminated. It's a read, but it's a funny one. You know what I'm saying? It's not deep. It's like when Heavenly go there, is your mama is ugly and all of that extra stuff. It's like, girl, like, is that supposed to really cut someone deep? Like, you've been bringing up her mom for so long, and now I see why she openly and freely talk about someone's mama, because she don't have a good relationship with her mom. She talk about her mom, not really treating her the same way her mom treated her sister. So now I see where this whole animosity is coming from. Then, the whole situation with her not getting along with her sister and trying to basically say Mariah remind her of her sister. So she's taking all of those frustrations that she's having with her family out on Mariah. Okay, so now we're getting to the deep-rooted issues, Heavenly. I see. Okay, this is where when Mariah was on Instagram Live, she said there are some things that's going to be revealed about Heavenly, this season, and when her kids were born and all of those things. So I guess it's when Heavenly take that trip to Miami, we're going to find out some stuff. Now, Heavenly would much rather put her dirt out there than even say anything negative about her husband, okay? Like Mariah was saying on her Instagram Live, you call your husband daddy and he calls you buddy. Mariah is so stupid. Like, yeah, okay. But anyways, let's stay focused so I don't make this one too long. So now we can kind of see the deep-rooted issues. But I'll tell you this right now. Heavenly is smart as it relates to keeping their marriage and personal issues off the show. She's just like, Daddy, I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to be team too much and extra. I'm going to give them so much content that my marriage is going to be the last thing on their mind because I'm giving them good TV. For someone on a spiritual journey and all of these things, she is just too much. So yeah, she needs to go, get it together, go visit her family, like get all of those deep-rooted issues, like just sorted out because it's a hot mess. But that read was everything. Mariah, that's what I'm saying. I can laugh at things like that. It's funny. It's a house. It's material things. Now, if Mariah had told her to go and do something like that, like wash, like her purse, like her body or something personal, then I won't laugh at that because it's like, ouch, that's hurtful. Her house, material things, that's like, for example, Kenya Moore and Sherrod Whitfield, like funny shade, Chateau Chic and Pay, stuff like that. It's not deep. It's when it goes to that place where you start attacking families and stuff like that, then that's when it gets deep. So Heavenly, if you don't want someone to say your husband is sleeping around in half receipts, they don't talk about someone's husband package when you don't even know what it looks like. Yeah, I said package. So that whole thing was a hot mess. And of course, because Mariah left, she wasn't there. Heavenly trying to throw shit, talking about this is what sisterhood looks like. Girl, bye. Anyways, she don't even know what sisterhood looks like because she's having issues with her own sister. So we shall see. That wasn't shade, it's me being real. We shall see when she goes back to Miami. Maybe she will be able to, regroup and reunite the family. Quad, crying. I don't want to sound insensitive, but same old, different day. I wish Quad well. I hope whatever it is that she's going through, she's able to resolve everything. I'm glad that they were all able to get together and have a conversation. Simone at this point is over it. She don't care. The tears did not even move her. She kept interrupting Quad. She was just like, you can't come up here and expect me to tell you my business and then you just quiet. But you know what? You have to understand people move differently. So in that aspect, I'm not going to say Quad is wrong, but Simone was over it. Like, girl, I have cried. I've had ups and downs. I'm going through a lot, but hey, I'm still here. But in her end, it was cool that, she called her out to her face. She really didn't care. And they were able to resolve and move on. The whole festivities that they did at Dr. Jackie event was nice to see she and her husband still working on their marriage and coming together and things like that. The teamwork was great, shady but great. She knew what she was doing and everyone was able to come together and coexist and all of that. Now, Eugene is doing well. He's making money. There's no issues in the marriage. And Toya at this point is just reaching, man. She's doing everything in her power to hold on to her check. Like Toya, I don't think Toya is going anywhere, hanging out with the girls, going shopping, doing something. That's a storyline right there. It's like she's just trying everything in her power to have issues with Dr. Contessa. I understand some people were saying she was being dismissive and all of that, but majority of the comments on social media was on Contessa's side. Like, she apologized to you. Like, what else you want her to do? And the thing that's sad about it, even when Contessa announced to the group what her father was going through, and then when she personally talked to Toya, all she said was, that's understandable. Like, this girl just told you her dad is sick. And that's understandable, or because you want to be petty because you're mad that you watched the footage back from last year and she was saying things that were logical. Now, for filming purposes, I understand. Toya needs a storyline. Yes, being a stay-at-home mom is hard work, but how much can they film before it becomes boring? That's why Contessa needed her dad to come, and that's why she went ahead and went back to work. Because, okay, after 1 or 2 episodes, it's like, okay, we get it. You're staying at home. You're raising the kids. Next. You know what I'm saying? That's just TV for you. So, Toya got to have parties and do things in order to keep making her money, because it's like all of these episodes, I mean, it's not a lot, but all of these things, what I meant to say, of her talking to other people about this, that's just giving her more camera time. So that's why she's reaching just to form a storyline, but there's nothing there, honey. That's what Contessa was like, then why did you invite me here, baby? Because there's nothing there. There's not a storyline there. Like, girl, let it go. You know what I'm saying? But even in their conversation, Contessa was like, I apologize to you. There's no problem. I think you are just trying to find a problem in this. I don't have no problem with it. Now I understand Toya wanted a phone call. I get it. But then after you hear the reason why the person did not make that phone call, something else happened that we're missing, maybe. Because if a friend didn't call me because they were sick, their child was sick, their dad is sick, oh hell, my first reaction is, girl, that is not even important anymore. How's your dad? This girl have not even once said, how's your father? Let's talk about you. How's your dad? And I love Contessa. People say she's being dismissive. I'm here for it. She said exactly what I said before she even opened her mouth. You are just trying to have a problem with me. When she put her one finger up for her extra drink, that was funny. That was funny. Stop trying. Yeah, I'm over it, but I'm going to go ahead and put some comments here from people coming for Toya on her social media page. Trying to find drama for a storyline and get a job like everyone else. Ooh. She has a job now. Being a mother is not easy, okay? She got a job. I'm sure those kids run her wild. So she, yes, she's a great wife and she takes care of her children. So yes, I know what this person meant. But didn't I just say that? I didn't even see that when I was having this conversation. She's reaching. Well, there's somebody else. I thought Contessa was rude and dismissive, and she thought that BS apology was good. Shaking my head. At this point, none of that matters when you hear the situation. Okay, big deal. She didn't call. Toya is still bitter because of last year, and that's all she should have said. She's still bitter because of last year, and after that, they did not sit down and have a clear conversation, and she admitted to it. Good. That's it. That's where the issue is coming from. Because Contessa was like, we are celebrating paying our bills. You know the grown people who be like, I got my own car, I got my own house, I don't need no man, I don't need nobody for nothing, blah, blah, blah. And like they make this long video and post it on the internet. And then people be like, okay, those are things you should have anyways. So what are we supposed to do? Clap for you? You want a cookie, something? Like, what do you want? As an adult, we're expecting you to have your own place, your own car. Now, if life kicks you down and you are at the place where you are rebuilding and you have a testimony, that's completely different. Because yes, let's go ahead and clap for this sister, this brother. They went through so much, but look at their life now. To God be the glory. Get it? But Contessa was just like, was spending money to celebrate having money. But what Contessa also need to understand is a show. And people have to do everything to come up with a creative storyline and a way to stay on the show. So all of these random parties and stuff, every time Toya does something, guess what? That's one more episode for her. So all of this dragging of Contessa, that's another check. Every scene that she's in, that's a Dr. G is going to be back, next week talking to the guys. So that's going to be good to see him just lean on his friends for support, because when they needed him, he was there. This sweet moment between when someone was trying to roll and Cizo made a joke, you can tell there's more good in the marriage than bad, and you can see the reason why they've been together for over 20 years, because look at her laughter, look at her face. This was just a sweet moment, and I really do hope that they're able to, so that the marriage can get back on track. Because Simone, you can't, deprive the man and then wonder, I know he won't step out and do anything, but then, I hope they can work on that aspect of the relationship, because just seeing them laugh like that and joke around, that was awesome. That was the episode. It's not much going on, and I'm looking forward to next week and to seeing what's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, my Fina loves. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Thank you all for the love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.